Hello everybody, very short lesson, just a piece of a lesson here. I can find a missing side of a right triangle using Pythagorean theorem or my Pythagorean triples. So let's talk about our Pythagorean triples. Pythagorean triples are three numbers that fit into Pythagorean theorem. So basically, if I have two of them, then I must know what the third is. So 7, 24, 25. If I have a right triangle, and this side is 7, and this one is 24, I could do Pythagorean theorem, or if I know my Pythagorean triples, then my third side must be 25. It cuts out having to do Pythagorean theorem. If I have 8 and 17, well, 8 and 17 are part of a triple, so the third side must be 15. The only thing to be careful of is make sure that the largest side is the hypotenuse. If it's not, then it's not a triple. Otherwise, we do Pythagorean theorem, which you should know, but if you don't, I'll go over that in this video as well. So, number one, I have a right triangle, I have two sides, I want to find the third. 3, 4. Is 3, 4 part of a triple? Yes. 3, 4, 5. I'm done. Now, number two, 3, 4, is that part of a triple? Yes, but notice that the 4 is the largest side. Therefore, this is not a 3, 4, 5, because if it was a 3, 4, 5, 5 would have to be the largest side. So, I do have to do Pythagorean theorem. Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, where a and b are the legs, and c is the hypotenuse, the long slanted side opposite the right angle. In this example, a and b, the legs, are 3 and x. It doesn't matter which one's a and which one's b, but c must be the hypotenuse, the long slanted side opposite the right angle. Now, 3 squared is 9, plus x squared equals 4 squared is 16. Get x by itself. X squared equals 7. Square root. If you can't take the square root, you leave it as a radical. X equals radical 7. So if it's a triple, use the triple and just fill in the third side. I could do Pythagorean theorem, but it's easier to use the triple. If it's not a triple, then you have to use Pythagorean theorem. And if it is not a perfect square, leave it as a radical. Want to do one more, number 4, and let's do two more. They're really quick. 8, 17. 17 is the largest side. Is that part of a triple? Yes. 8, 15, 17. So this must be 15, and I'm done. 10, 13. Is that part of a triple? No. Should have also mentioned any multiple of the triples are also triples. So if I multiply 3, 4, 5 by 2, that's 6, 8, 10. That would be a triple as well. But in this case, 10, 13 is not part of a triple. So I do my Pythagorean theorem. A and b are the legs. So in this case, my legs are 10 and 13. C is my hypotenuse, my long slanted side opposite the right angle. That's x. Use the calculator if you need to for 10 squared and 13 squared and adding them together. Square root. I can't take the square root of 269. It's not a perfect square. If you're not sure, you can always go to your calculator and type in radical 269. It's not. So don't write 16.4. Leave your answer as a radical. That's it. It's a small piece within a bigger lesson. You should have done it before. You probably never saw the triples before. So it's helpful to know your triples. You don't have to know your triples, but it saves you some time. Know your triples. Goodbye.